just a short video on these little things here. Right, the love token. Now, I think most of us have come across these at some time. And if you notice with this one, you can see, hang on, let's get it right. You can see there's a crease there and a crease there. So that's originally been a wave, right? So that's been a love token. And it looks like it's being flattened out and maybe made into a lucky charm token. We'll get to that in a minute. Right, but you look at these and you think, oh, it's a love token, stick it in your box and all that, and you forget about them. Well, if you think about these little things, these are what William the Third sixpence normally rubbed down. You don't find any lettering on them or any designs. Well, I've never found them. And if you think about it, you're looking at, oh, William the Third was what, 1694 to 1702. And a lot of labourers at the time, especially farm labourers and all that, they couldn't write, right, and they couldn't spell and all that. Basically they were illiterate. So that was the way they communicated. I mean, I can remember when me and my wife were courting. She was 15, I was 16. We used to meet up and then we'd go our separate ways. She'd go home, well, I'd take her home, then I'd walk home, and she'd write me a letter and I'd write her a letter, and when we seen each other again we'd pass the letters over, and she still got them now. But of course they couldn't do things like that, and they had no mobile phones obviously, so if they wanted to ask someone for a date or something like that, this is the way they done it, with a little love token. And if she didn't fancy him, she'd thrown it away basically. Which, you know, so next time you find one of these, think of it as a little love letter, and maybe, you know, appreciate them a bit more for what they are. Right, so that's basically the love zone. They went back as far as medieval times, but I've never actually come across one. But I'm going to put some photographs up, and there's a Elizabeth I, I think it's a shilling, and it's bent in the shape of a love token. Right, and if you've ever heard that nursery rhyme, there was a crooked man who walked a crooked mile, found a crooked sixpence upon a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, he caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. So they reckon that's where that come from, that nursery rhyme. I don't know, but that's what they reckon. Right? So anyway, a lot of people, say they're not love tokens. What it was, there's a lot of forgeries going around at the time, and some people say they bent the silver coins to see if it split, the silver split, because they were like copper coins dipped in silver, so if you bent it, the silver had split. But I don't believe that. Why bend something in three pieces, you know, just to see if it splits? If anything, you bend it in half and see if it split across there, wouldn't it? So no, that one is totally a load of rubbish. That one, as I say, looks like it's been made into a good luck charm. Now, good luck charms were bent in half, right, straight through the middle, bent in half. So it could be. And if you think about it, if you ask your wife, your mother or whoever, when women buy each other a new purse or something like that, they put a silver coin in it, and that dates back, I think, to them times where you bent a coin in half as a good luck, so that you'd have money, or your pockets would never be empty, or your purse would never be empty. That's what it was all about. And that started before the love tokens. Excuse me, little cough. Right. And the thing is, you know, if you look at that, you think, oh, it's just a coin bent in half and all that. But at that time, a labourer at the time, you know, ordinary unskilled worker, was probably on, oh, well, 10 pence to a shilling a day wages. So that is half a day's wages. And to give it to someone, for them to throw it away, like, but obviously a lot were kept. Right, now move on to like the later ones, the Georgian ones. You can see that one better. And I think the date on this is 1773. Yeah, 1773 at the bottom there. This one I can't get the date off. What you can see. Right, now, excuse me, there's also gold ones, actually. Oh, and then knock the camera over. Also gold ones that were made into love tokens, believe it or not. I say I've never found one. I'd love to find one, but they're usually Georgian, and there'll be a picture up. You see it in a minute. You can see it's just like one of them, but it's gold. What was I talking about now? Now, from the coins being shaped as love tokens, later on in the 18th and 19th century, they were still love tokens, but they were flat. They didn't bend them. They were still smooth down, and they'd write on them, or get someone to write on them. And even there was people, what do you call them, artisans, who would do it for you, probably for a small, you know, small reward or whatever. And them love tokens went from the cartwheel penny down to the size of a farden. And some were stamped, some were engraved, some used like a pointed, how would I put it, just a pointed implement, and they just tap it and make little dots and write that way. Now I'm not saying these are, but I mean there's a cartwheel penny with an S on, and also that side. That could just be over stamped, but that's the type of thing they do. They'd stamp their initial on it and, you know, give it to the loved one or whatever. And there's another one here. There's nothing on it, but it's very smooth that side, very smooth. But you can see, just about make out that side, I think. There's something on it. I can see, I'm sure I can see it head. And you can see the cartwheel around the edge. And there's been a hole punched in. So maybe that was going to be some sort of token, a love token, whatever. And on the flat coins, oh, there's some fantastic designs on them. Some immaculate writing and all that. Obviously that wasn't done by the ordinary man. The ordinary man would be very simple designs on them. And some even say when it moved into the Victorian times, when waistcoats were popular, and the fob, you know, your watch in your waistcoat pocket now, that the young love tokens on the watch chain Now it's a possibility, but or was it just a design of the day, a fashion of the day to have coins hanging on the chain? But I have read that it is, there was love tokens on them. Just something else that we don't know a lot about. But as I say, it's hard to explain them because there's a hell of a lot of designs and that went on them. And obviously a lot of love designs, like a heart, arrows, birds, cupid, flowers, a love knot, that's like a rope tied into a love knot. And some people had the child, when the child was born, they'd have the name of the child on a coin. All love tokens, not in a man-woman love token, but still a love token. Right, and then I think what we'll do now, we'll move on to the Victorian times, when people, when they got in trouble and all that, they were sent to prison, and some were sent to Australia. This is for you, Jim, if you're listening. And believe it or not, there's convict tokens, still love tokens, but they're called convict tokens. And in the National Museum of Australia, they have the world's largest collection. Now you're going to think, oh, a few thousand. No, 310, that's all there is. 310 of these tokens. So obviously the accused would be sentenced, going to Australia for 14 years, 7 years, whatever, and they do a love token. And some of them are really, really nice. I'm going to put links on the description below this video, because you wouldn't believe some of them. Some of them you can say have just been done by the convict himself, probably, and others that probably got someone to do them. So really, it's fascinating, from this little thing here to the Georgian, to the Victorian, to the convict tokens, and they've all got the same thing in common, and that's just the love of a girl, a family member, brother, sister, mother, father, and all that. And to me, doing this, it's been a bit of an eye-opener, really, because I only ever seen them, and occasionally the odd copper one, and you don't really think, do you? Oh, it's a love token, throw it in your bag or whatever. But it's really made me open my eyes, because you're holding in your hands someone's dreams or whatever, and if you think about it like that, you get a sort of a buzz off it. It's sort of a magical thing, You probably think, hello, he's been on the booze again, he's talking a load of rubbish, but no, it's just excuse me, it's just a fascinating thing. And on these links there's a 349 page PDF if you want to download that and read it. It's hard reading, but I haven't done it all. I've read through bits of it for this video. Right, now you're probably wondering about this little box. Yeah, well, then I've had about 5, maybe 6 of these little William Sixpence's love tokens, and I usually clean them and give them to me my granddaughter and that, and I've got 2 granddaughters and that. And it was one Christmas, some people have seen this, but it was one Christmas, I bought my wife a presents and all that, and I was just going through my finds, and I come across it, my love tokens, and I thought, oh, I know what she'd like, just as a little stocking filler. So I cleaned this token up, and I got a chain for it, silver chain. They wouldn't engrave it at the jewellers because they said, oh, it's a bit thin, we don't, it won't work. And the girl said to me, take it up to the cobbler up the road, he might do it, and he did. A fiver he charged me for putting 2 initials on it. And Lynn, my wife, loves this, loves it to bits. I think she's more happy with this than the other things we got it. Right, let's see if I can do it for you now. Some of you have seen this because I did do a video about it. Can you see the letter L on that side? If I turn it over, just got to get it right with the light shining. The letter T. So that's for Tommy and Lynn. And as I say, she loves this a bit. She doesn't wear it a lot, and I said, why don't you wear it? She said, I don't want to lose it. So it's special to her because it was originally a love token. And what, 300 years later, it's reused, it's a recycled love token. So there you go. That's what I done with this, just a little tip. If you'd ever do anything like this, I had some lacquer for the car, like a varnish but a spray thing of lacquer. Oops, sorry, I cleaned it again. And I didn't over clean it, I don't want it looking brand new. Cleaned it again, and then I sprayed it with lacquer, just the token, so it doesn't tarnish, because you know silver does tarnish. Anyway, that's my little video done for you. But just think about these when you find them again. And I don't know, they're just special little things for me. Right, I better go before I wrap it on. Okay, take care everyone, and thanks for watching. And have a look in the link for them, the description for them links. You find them interesting. There's a link to the National Museum of Australia. You see all them convict tokens and everything. Really interesting. Okay, ta-ra for now.